It's time for penis vagina monster time. And a vagina. Well, it is.
And a monster. It's a penis and a vagina. It's a penis and a vagina and a monster.
Man, if there was a penis vagina kaiju.
And it has the manliest chin.
Yes. There you go. The next Toho Godzilla, he's gonna fight penis vagina monster. And the way it sticks it in the vagina part, and then it like implodes on itself. It like implodes on itself. Or what if like just like or what if like just like
you know what that just reminded me of? When CinemaSins reviewed Godzilla. Like the 2015 Godzilla?
I think I know what you're about to say, because I was just about to say something. What if Godzilla, like, fights the penis and vagina monster and takes the vagina part, rips it open,
and just breathes fire
into it?
Because, that specific scene on CinemaSins, he shows it and you just hear ching, 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 the sins just ticking off.
Speaking of which, did you see the trailer for the Toho Godzilla that's coming out next year?
I did not.
It's actually really, really terrifying. They bring back Burning Godzilla, so the original Godzilla.
Oh man, the one who's like
the one that got beat by what's his name? Why can't I think of his name right now?
King Kong?
Destroya.
Oh, Destroya.
Yeah. The one that Destroya killed. Like the original 1954 Godzilla.
Wow.
Like, it's straight up, it's Burning Godzilla.
The heel Godzilla. Before he turned face.
Yeah, like, I mean, you can tell it's Burning Godzilla because he's all, like, crackly and on fire.
Nice.
So I'm excited, A, why he's back, and B, if he dies. Again.
Can I tell a funny story?
Sure.
When my girlfriend and I went to see the 2015 Godzilla movie, like halfway through the movie, she leans over to me and she goes, "I think Godzilla is the good guy." At which point I said, "Yeah, have you, like, never seen a Godzilla movie before?"
Well, Godzilla can be one of three things. Good, indifferent, or bad.
He can be a hero, he can be a villain, or he can be a force of nature.
Yeah, like, the 1954 Godzilla technically is not a bad guy.
He's a force of nature.
He's a force of nature.
He's an animal, more accurate.
And honestly, the only time that Godzilla really is technically a bad guy is in Godzilla versus Mothra versus GOJIRA. That one, and which one am I thinking of? The one where he's like zombie Godzilla, where he is the. Why can't I think of the movie? It's the one where he Godzilla's manifestation is the souls of all the people who died in World War II.
Well, I mean, that's basically what Godzilla was from the beginning.
Well, I mean, it's just nuclear.
It's like Yahtzee.
Energy.
It's like Yahtzee put it. Godzilla is what happens when you nuke a country twice. It's kind of like trying to teach a kid not to smoke by making them smoke an entire carton of cigarettes. You can't really be surprised if they get addicted. At which point he has a little stick figure of a Japanese guy sticking his ass in the air saying, "Come back and finish the job."
I was going to say, are you trying to say that Japanese people are addicted to nuclear weapons?
They've definitely got a hard-on for them. Which, I mean, I can understand. They're the only country in the history of the world...
I love this boss.
They're the only country in the history of the world that's actually been nuked.
That is true.
Like,
unless you count some of those islands as countries that was tested on.
They are the only country to be actively nuked as an act of war.
Yeah.
Rather than a test.
Slap your butt. Slap your monkey butt.
Monkey butt.
I love when you smack his butt with the sword. It just jiggles. It has jiggle butt physics.
Jiggle butt physics. You're about to see what we're talking about. Ready?
Look at it jiggle. It's like pudding. It's like flan. He's got flan butt.
He puts the bread and the pudding in the monkey butt. Where'd you go, fucker? Throw your boomerang.
The Z-targeting is pretty awful on this one, especially if you're right underneath the pillar he's on.
I'm not trying to Z-target him. I'm trying to knock him off.
Well, I know, but I mean, if you try to Z-target, it gets goofy. He's doing his little monkey dance.
I always really hope in this fight that finish will pop up, so I can just jump through the air and just stab straight down into his asshole.
Right. The one thing I find interesting about this that I think it has the biggest effect in any of the other Zelda games is that the strong and weak sword attacks actually have different damage outputs. Like, you could slap at a... I think, especially the one in the Arbiter's Grounds.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what the name of the boss is.
I know what you're talking about. It's like the dragon skull.
Yeah. You can attack it.
I can't remember his name.
You can attack it like 32 times with a regular attack, or like 18 times with a power attack.
Are you sure you're talking about Arbiter's Grounds? Because you beat that thing pretty much exclusively with the spinner.
Well, no. When you're actually physically attacking it when it falls on the ground. When you're attacking a sword.
Yeah.
Like, you smack it around with your sword, and if you can hit it with regular attacks, and it's like 32 times, or if you do like 18 powered up ones, it attacks it in half the time. It's just really interesting that, like...
Oh, you'll notice, like, fighting bosses, I use the overhand attack almost... overhead attack.
Well, it's not only is it quicker, but I mean, it just makes it so that you have less room for error.
Right.
I mean, it's... Again, bringing back Dark Souls, it's the reason why, if you get the chance, you always use the R2 instead of R1. Because you do more damage.
Unless you're fighting Quelaag.
Yeah.
Yay! I really like what they did with all the classic Zelda sound effects in this game.
Oh, yeah. You know what other game...
Like the da-da-da-da-da-da-da and the da-na-na-na.
You know what other game does a really, really good job at it? And I really need to pick this game up because I've heard nothing but good things.
What's that?
The new Doom. A lot of the classic sounds they've remixed and put in Doom, like the door sound, is the sound from the original Doom, but it's remixed so that it's subtle. Also...
oh, son of a whore.
Did you know that because obviously we've seen a lot of movies, that whatever, the Japanese-looking movie that's going to be coming out, the animated one.
Oh, right in the dick.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the girl with the, like, something of the two strings, or something like that. There was a preview for it before X-Men.
Do you know what song is remixed?
What?
In that?
What?
What's the name of the actual song?
Is it I'll Make a Man Out of You?
No. As My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Really?
If you listen to it, especially about 3/4 of the way through it, you get the chorus. And that's the remix of that song. That's the song you hear in the trailer.
Huh.
Again, fiance actually picked it out. She's like, "Did you know that this is the remix of this song?" And I'm like, "No way." I said, she's like, "Listen to it carefully here."
That is
and
Ramona, right?
Yeah. And it played the notes. I'm just like, son of a bitch. It is. Okay. And it's really neat. And obviously you'll be seeing a lot more movies this summer, so you'll see the trailer again. But just keep an ear out for it. It's actually really cool. And there you go. There's some trivia for you if you've been seeing a lot of movies this summer here in the States. Listen for it.
Dude, it is such a good summer for movies. Like, holy shit.
Video games this year so far have been hit or miss. Concerts, at least in our area, have been pretty poor. But yes, movies have been on top of their shit this year so far.
I'm still really nervous about Star Trek Beyond. What are you?
Compass.
I don't
Honestly,
need you.
That first trailer was like, eh. The second trailer, yes, it still showed the action, but it showed its philosophy part.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be probably not the best Star Trek film. Like, it's not going to be no Search for Spock or anything like that. But
you say best Star Trek film, and then you say Search for Spock.
Well, philosophy-wise. Because, I mean, the philosophy in that movie was, like, super, super deep. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, like, best. I'm talking about, like, what was the deepest, let's put some thought into this type of deal.
Honestly, if we're going by that criteria, you want to know what the deepest one probably is? You're going to hate me when I say this. You're going to absolutely hate me.
Oh?
Nemesis.
You're going to have to elaborate on that one.
Specifically because it plays around so much with the idea of personal identity.
Okay.
Because that's one of the fundamental questions of philosophy is, who am I? Like, what makes me me? What defines myself as an individual? What am I?
And honestly, I mean, I can already tell you right now, of Star Trek Beyond, what's going to be the...
I did this already.
Yeah. What's the philosophical question in Star Trek Beyond? What is it to be human?
Right.
It's straight up, the trailer gives it away. It's like, what is it that makes... Like, what is the human trait? Like, the whole... I mean, they've touched on it in Star Trek before. It's like, who would you want to have in a war party in space? Mm-hmm. A human. Because they're the most ferocious. They're frail, but they're quick to heal. Mm-hmm. You know, if you get hurt, they're going to be the first one to make sure you get back to base safely because of their compassion. And that's kind of what I think the philosophy of Star Trek Beyond is going to be.
One of my favorite moments in Star Trek Enterprise, it's a moment between, I think it was Admiral Forrest and Soval, the Vulcan ambassador, in the human embassy on Vulcan. And Soval says, "We don't know what to do about humans. Of all the species we've encountered, yours is the only one we haven't been able to figure out. You have the arrogance of Andorians, the stubborn pride of Tellarites. One minute you're as ruled by your emotions as Klingons, and the next you confound us by suddenly embracing logic." And Admiral Forrest says, "Surely those qualities exist in all species," to which Soval replies, "Not in such confusing abundance."
Yeah.
And Admiral Forrest says, "Do Vulcans fear humans?" And Soval just kind of doesn't answer. And Forrest realizes that that's a yes, and he says, "Why?" To which Soval replies, "Because there is one species you remind us of."
Yeah. Them in their past.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for spelling it out. Yeah. Which is actually something that, if you're going to DerpyCon, and it gets in, my Star Trek history panel will cover why there was such a long period of imperialism, quasi-imperialism, and stewardship between the Vulcans and the humans, was because the Vulcans destroyed their world through nuclear war, and it took them 1,000 years to rebuild it. Mm. We did the same thing in less than a century.
Yeah.
And that scared the shit out of them. Especially since, you know, they solved their problems by embracing logic, and we had not.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got the big boss key. Where do I go now?
Check the map. Check the map.
Check the map. Check the map.
I think you have to save a few monkeys.
Does whatever check the map does.
I think there's like 2 more monkeys you have to save or something like that.
There are, but they're ahead.
Yeah. Honestly, obviously, okay, I'll make this statement here because obviously we haven't made a physical statement. It'll probably be being a Facebook statement. I personally have been getting burnt out from panels lately because, like, I'm a huge cosplayer. And the last, like, year and a half, I haven't been able to do much cosplaying because it's like we go from one panel to the next. Which is a good thing because it means that we're successful and people want our content there. It's a bad thing for me, at least, because it's like I can't do the things that I go to conventions for, and that's cosplay. Plus, I mean, a lot of things have been changing, like, economically for me. I just had to buy a new car and stuff like that, so it's been pretty rough for me to get to conventions lately. That being said, probably if I go to DerpyCon, it'll probably because hopefully I gotta send Anthony an email to see if I can't run karaoke this year for him.
That would be pretty tits.
Yeah. Since, you know, we have, like, our legit system and stuff like that, and that's now part of, like, my private business is running karaoke. So it'd be really, really cool, and that'd probably be the only way I go to DerpyCon this year, because otherwise, it's just, I just don't know how I'm going to find the time or money. Not saying that DerpyCon's not cool, it's a good time.
What?
Oh. Oh!
Oh my god!
I think you just broke the game. Can you get up?
No. Wait. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you just glitch the game out?
That's awesome.
No, actually, I recommend.
Is that a new glitch? Does anybody know about that?
No. But I'm glad we haven't recorded.
Neat.
But I would recommend anyone going to DerpyCon. DerpyCon's a good time.
Well, then you should go with us.
Again, it's...
You go to MagFest for fun. God damn it, I did it again!
Replicatable. So, you can replicate it. Jesus. Alright, take your time.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to deal with this on the next episode of B.O.R.G.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I can do it. I can do it. I'm just farming for rupees.
Alright, so we'll do this next time.
No, wait. Let me just...
Do it quick to prove that you can... Oh.
What the fuck?
Stop breaking the game. Alright.
Okay. Wait.
There we go.
Wait. Okay.
And apparently they had killed themselves, so we don't have to fight them.
Nice. Alright. Well,
so
sayonara, dick punchers.